Sometimes hard to appreciate all the beauties, but for me, on a sunshiny afternoon like this, and seeing Mama and her new babe laying together out in the sun, contented here, that's a pretty happy feeling as a farmer. And it's kind of neat for me too that to see the size difference in that poor little Virginia compared to her mom. It's amazing. We see it all the time, and it's still hard to believe how small the calves are. This noisy girl over here, this is May. She's a little heifer that was born here about 1.5 years ago, and she's one of our most social cows. This little girl over here is Darla. So I'm just about to go get them some hay bales to feed them, so I'll bring you along for that trip. And then not to forget, Dee is up here. She's on looking here to see what's going on. Chevy, he's so hungry, he had to go find something to eat over there. Poor Chev. And here comes May that I spoke of. She's coming to say hi. Come here, baby. Come here, May. There's Willow coming. Come here, May. Come here. Come here, May. Come here. Come see me. Come on. No, just to be difficult. You're not going to come, are you? Hi, Virginia. Little Virginia has decided to get up. Mom's still gonna lay down. Poor Jolene in behind her here. She's the lowest on our pecking order of all our cows. She is the furthest down the list, and unfortunately, it doesn't matter if it's humans or animals. If you got any number of them, someone has to be at the bottom. That's just the way it is. So Jolene's probably hoping that Virginia will take over for being the lowest on the totem pole. This fine looking fellow, this is Sirloin. He's coming over to say hello. And his buddy Boomer here. Everyone's pretty contented, but they're all up looking because I'm getting ready to give them some hay. Come here, Sirloin. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Little brisket back here. And there is Aubrey. Aubrey's grown quite a bit. Little Virginia's up there trying to convince her mom to maybe stand up so she can have a little drink. And Red, she's the last one laying. She's the big boss of the herd there. So everything waits on her. If she wants to lay down, she lay down. That's what it is when you're the boss. Top dog. Right there. Red. I love her scowl. She almost looks like she's giving you a dirty look whenever she looks at you from those patches she's got around her eyes. There's our Jersey. Windsor Rose Barnabas Honeybee and her calf Zumi. That calf is the biggest calf we've ever raised here. Not that we've raised a lot, but look at her. She's the size of her mother, and she's 7 months old. She's 7 months, and she's near the size of Sirloin here, who's 17 months. Not quite. I mean, she's not quite the same size, but she's a big girl. All right, I better do less talking and go get them some hay. Alright folks, I'm going to bring you along as I go get some hay for the cows. Ah, there we go. So, this is kind of the view looking kind of, I guess, south, east, I guess, would be looking. Or southwest, sorry. Quite a view down through there. So right now we store our hay, and I hope this voice is coming through in here without the tractor being too noisy. But we store our hay across the road from our property, and that's mainly to remove all temptation from the cows and the sheep, because sometimes they get it in their heads that we're being unduly mean to them, and they want to go get their own. Which ends up just leaving a mess of our bales. It doesn't really change whether they eat it or not, because they're going to get it all when it's all said and done. But anyway, so we store across the road from us right now. It's not really that big of a deal to go get it. So that's what we do. So essentially on our property here we have about 120 acres each side of the road. Up there, just at the top of the hill on the right, that's the entrance to our sawmill parking area. And then over here takes us into one of our fields. And you can see it was very mucky when I unloaded this hay a couple days ago. One of the downsides of we don't have a hydraulic clam for our hay right now, so that's why the tuck tape is on there, because when I poke a hole in it when I'm bringing it home, then I just stick some tuck tape on it and fix it up good enough just so it's okay until we end up feeding it. So right now we go through about probably a couple hundred bales a year, somewhere in that ballpark. And we do not put up our own hay right now. Multiple reasons for that. One reason is that we can either pasture our animals or we can produce hay, but we don't have enough for both. The other part is that we're not really set up with all the haying equipment right now. And the third thing is that up to this point it's been a time concern, because to go get hay, or to go produce your own hay, that takes time, and we just have not had that time thus far. Many of you might find this little video interesting just to get a different perspective of our whole farm here. Because, you've only seen the limited parts that we've shown you thus far. If you look over, I don't know if you can see over in the hill over there, but our sheep are over there just to the right of the old barn. They're grazing. This pond was dug when I was a child by my grandfather, alongside of the driveway, and he dug that with a big crane. My dad and uncle had bought a crane years and years ago, and they dug out this pond, and then they also dug out my uncle's dug. I think he did 2 ponds out there, quite large ponds, using an old crane. Cows are going to be very, very excited to see this bale coming, because they tell me they're starving. There's Gerald and Helga trying to get out of the way. That's our geese. We call them our barnyard bullies. And now we're going to take the fence down. Right back. As expected, the cows are very excited. And of course they show the sense that cows are known to show, which is none. And they walk in front of the big giant tractor. They will all quite happily follow up the hill here to get some hay. So what Jill and I use for our hay, I apologize for the shaking here, I'm trying to drive tractor and watch out for cows and deliver a bale all at the same time. But what Jill and I use for our hay feeders are these feeders. She had found them on Kijiji somewhere and paid like $50 for them, which is about $50 more than we could afford. They're rather beat up and well used, but for our purposes, they're okay. And look who the first one to the hay bale is. No surprise, Mr. Shout. This is Patch. She's due to have a calf here in the next couple of weeks, if our math is right. Hey guys, Shout, Shout. Hey, you're not that hard up. Now stop. Let me get it open. Girls and boys. Hey guys, just wait. Let me get it. Well, let me get it there, you guys. Alright, sorry about that folks, but it gets to be a bit of a mad dash when I'm trying to take the plastic off my bales there and the strings. I actually just had a kind of a close call there. My mare D, who is the horse kind of in the center there, she is extremely food aggressive. And when I opened that bale and started letting everyone into it, she got mad that she had a share. And she started a kicking fit, which normally is fine because I can get out of the way, but in my infinite stupidity, I had actually climbed inside of the hay feeder, and I was stuck right where she was kicking. Her hoof come up over top of the hay feeder, but it wasn't right at me, and I was able, usually if I holler at her, I can calm her down. But yeah, that's how easy you can get hurt without meaning to around here. So now the beauty of it now is that I will be able to go get the other bale without as much pressure from them. And now if you look down here, the sheep noticed that there was a new bale being delivered, so they're coming on the move with Ann Shirley right in the front. Leading the way, and one of her bottle babies from last year, and she's the most personable one. They're probably not coming further because I have the bag, the plastic, hanging off the forks, and that would be enough to throw the sheep right off their game. So at any rate, so now it's time to head back down and go get the other bale. And I would expect that once I move here out of the way with my bale wrap, that the sheep will find their way up there. But in all honesty, I really don't want them to go up there because it's so much easier for them to get hurt. So these sheep are Katahdins. The shaggier ones that are in there are Katahdin crossed with who knows what. So they're not, we consider them not second class, but we consider them definitely not any sort of high-end stock, put it that way. So when we sell the lambs from them, if we're selling them as breeding stock, we won't sell those. Their lambs all go for meat. All right, just put this up. Aubrey, what's the matter there, dear? How come you're over there by yourself? All right, now that the band of savages is over there, that should make opening this bale much easier. Many of you might find this very satisfying to watch these giant marshmallows open up. Willow's gonna come over and say hi. Doesn't want to deal with all the other turkeys over there. See you, Willow. And they are turkeys. They will all eventually have to come over and check this out because they're too afraid that Willow could be getting something that the others all think they should have. So that's just will happen. And these strings are an absolute pain. Aren't as bad as some. I cut off here as I unwrapped the first time. And then I gotta get them off of here before these girls eat them. Don't we, Will? Because they would eat them. And they hide under there. Oh yeah, here comes the big bully. He likes to bully everyone, including me. Hello, someone just grabbed that string. Red, you can't eat strings. You can't eat the strings. You know, you guys could give me a little room. That would make this easier. Chev, how about you back up? How about you back up there, mister? You big clown. You big clown, I guess. I wouldn't say that I've got a perfect system figured out for getting these strings out of here yet. Every bale's a little different. And usually the cows help me by half eating a string. Now look at the sandwich I'm in. Listen, May, do you think that you could give me a little room? May? May? Hey. This is her boss, Red. She's the one that just had the little girl, little Virginia. Pretty docile cows. Aubrey, what are you doing? Standing over here, just misbehaving? This is Willow's little girl. Here, this is Honey on the right and Zoomy on the left here. That's what I say. This girl is 7 months old, and this is her mom. But Zoomy's dad was a blonde Aquitaine bull. So he's got beef in him. Well, he's not got beef in him, he is beef. So Zoomy has part Jersey, part beef. And Zoomy's a monster. So she is. This is Red's last year's calf. This is sirloin. Nice little steer. And he's pretty friendly too. The ones that didn't grow up here are maybe less friendly, but all these girls are friendly. This is Willow. She's our milker that we milk every day. So that makes her definitely a little bit more friendly. And what I usually do is just peel the wrap off just enough and flip it up over here on the bucket so that when I lift the bucket up and dump the bale that this plastic will come with me. And then of course I've got to get all these little pieces here that fall out. There's one from yesterday or 2 days ago. Right now my cows are going through probably a bale every day. Somewhere around there. There's a view up on the hill looking at the backside of everything. And this is the Belding hill up here, our namesake. All right, folks, gotta go. Time to go get some supper shortly. Have a great day.